So now that we've learned how to FOIL, we're going to use the same kind of idea to multiply polynomials. So it's not exactly FOILing because when we multiply polynomials, they're bigger than binomials, so you can't multiply them the exact same way. But the same principle applies. We're going to take the first term and distribute it to every term in the second polynomial, and then take the second term and do the same thing so that each term is multiplied out. So we're going to take s times s squared plus s times negative s plus s times 3 plus negative 2 times s squared plus negative 2 times negative s and negative 2 times 3. So now we just multiply each individual term. So s times s squared is s cubed plus s times negative s squared plus 3s minus 2s squared. Negative times a negative is a positive 2s plus negative 2 times, that's just positive 3, so that'll be positive 6. So we can combine like terms, but I want you to notice that right here we have a variable at least to the third power, because when you have a binomial times a polynomial or a polynomial times a polynomial, it has to have a power of at least 3 or higher. So if you, for whatever reason, don't have a higher power, you didn't do your multiplying right. So you want to check that before you get too far with a problem. So now we're going to combine these like terms. So s cubed plus negative s squared minus 2s squared is negative 3s squared, and then 3s plus 2s is 5s, and then we just have a plus 6 at the end. Okay. So we're only going to do a couple more examples because once you understand how to multiply binomials, it's really easy to pick up on multiplying polynomials. So remember, we're going to take this first term and multiply it by each one of these terms. So 2x times x squared plus 2x times x plus 2x times 3 plus negative 1 times x squared plus negative 1 times x plus negative 1 times 3. Now, right now I'm writing out each term just to show you what it looks like and to help you get in the practice of doing it. But pretty soon these will become really easy for you and you won't have to write as much of your work out. But when you're learning, it's really good to start by showing all your work. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed plus 2x times x, 2x squared plus 2x times 3, 6x plus negative 1 times x squared, so negative x squared plus negative 1 times x minus x plus negative 1 times 3, negative 3. We can combine our like terms. Oh, I boxed in the wrong one, that one. Okay, so 2x cubed stays the same. We have a positive 2x squared and a negative x squared, so we're going to get a positive x squared, 6x, and negative x gives us positive 5x, and then we just have a negative 3 hanging around. So this is going to be our last example. So x squared times 2x squared plus x squared times 3x plus x squared times 5 plus negative 3 times 2x squared plus negative 3 times 3x plus negative 3 times 5. So we're going to do the same thing and multiply each one of these terms. X squared times 2x squared is going to get 4, and remember it's x to the 4th because when we multiply exponents, you add them together. So we're going to have negative 3x times x squared, negative 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3 times 2 is 6x squared minus 3 times 3 is 9x minus negative 3 times 5, 15. So see how in this one we have a power of 4 because we had a binomial multiplied by a trinomial, but this binomial had a exponent of 2. So now we're going to combine these like terms. So the 4x is going to stay the same. The negative 3x cubed is going to stay the same. But right here we have positive 5x and a negative 6. So it's going to give us a negative 1x squared minus 9x minus 15. So like I said, this is our last example. So that's all we're doing with multiplying polynomials today. But make sure you come back for our next lesson where we're going to talk about special products that are made by certain types of binomial multiplication. So make sure you come back and check that out.